The film opens with global news detailing the Earth's condition, which has gone up in flames due to extreme global warming. Due to the extreme rise in temperature, the glaciers have started to melt all around the world. An unseen bacterium seeps out from those glaciers and begins to intoxicate the sea creatures. 10 years after the apocalypse, Thailand secludes itself from the world after discovering ways to alleviate its food shortage. The story shifts to a young man named Singh, who's securing a truck with his workmate for someone else in Thailand. Singh wishes to migrate from Thailand with his wife, so he asks his workmate to find his replacement soon. They briefly stop near another abandoned truck where Singh fights off some survivors to steal their goods. Up next, we are shown the living conditions of Bangkok, which are not good. A thug named Vasu has taken over Thailand by dominating every sector with his resources. He has unleashed his army on the civilians, depriving them of water and necessities in times of crisis. In such conditions, Singh and his work partner deliver the goods to Vasu at his factory, where Vasu scolds them for breaking one of the crates. Instead of paying them, he hands them the broken crate and a dirt bike for Singh. Upon opening the crate, the boys find fish, which are being smuggled like drugs due to their rarity. One of Vasu's pawns advocates for Vasu's achievements in the food industry to a group of elites. He narrates that Vasu has revived the fish supply for the sake of his terminally ill wife, so it is safe to assume that the fish is edible. However, the opposite happens when he eats fish from the first batch and goes into immediate epilepsy. He starts bleeding from his mouth and passes out right away. On the other hand, Singh arrives home on his new bike. His wife, Rin, becomes upset to see an open wound on his face and treats it immediately. She asks him to quit doing such dangerous gigs, but he doesn't listen to her. At night, Rin leaves for work in the paramedic van, indicating that she's a doctor. Even on her way to the hospital, she worries that Singh might get himself killed out in the disordered world. At the hospital, she's accompanied by her friend's son, who is still a kid. She lets him roam around as she has surgery to perform. While she's changing into her surgical gown, a senior doctor pulls her aside and urges her to tend to an urgent matter. On her way, she witnesses Vasu's man being taken to the operating room. The nurses try to resuscitate him, but his seizures only get worse. He bleeds from his mouth again and dies. Rin personally tries to warn Vasu about his poisonous fish, but Vasu takes it the wrong way. He refuses to see his wife get endless blood transfusions to survive, so he asks Rin to let him continue supplying fish and restore his wife's health. In the meantime, Vasu's man rises from the dead in the operating room and turns into a zombie. When Rin and the senior doctor walk out on Vasu, they witness his man attack another nurse and infect her with the same virus as him. The scenes cut to Singh, who is seen scheduling his next gigs. He hears the alarming news on the radio regarding the hospital where Rin works. He immediately rides his bike and heads to the hospital, where he gets stuck in a panicking crowd. Vasu's army takes over immediately and forces people to evacuate the streets. Suddenly, the contamination protocols fail, and a zombie nurse jumps out of the hospital balcony. The appointed army men try to help her, but she attacks them, prompting the other army men to open fire in public. While the army is busy shooting, Singh sneaks into the hospital, which is now infested with the bloodthirsty zombies. The zombies attack other people and infect everyone in the hospital within minutes. Amidst the chaos, we finally spot Rin, who's hiding in the storage room with an injured man. Rin hasn't yet figured out how the virus spreads, so she doesn't pay attention to the injured man. She quickly peeks outside to see the situation, during which the man behind her disappears. He soon turns into a zombie and attacks her. Luckily, she gets secured between two trampled aisles. She manages to escape from there and head out, where she hears Singh speaking inaudibly on the broadcasting speakers. She tries to talk back to him, but it doesn't work out. Rin and Singh both get in trouble separately as the zombies start multiplying in number. Singh, who is a former boxer, prepares himself to fight the zombies. He beats every single zombie that comes his way and moves on. On the first floor, he gets caught up with a group of zombies. There, Rin's friend's son spots Singh and helps him get rid of zombies by telling him to aim for their brains. As the kid approaches Singh to praise his fighting skills, a zombie bites his legs. Singh kills the zombie and moves on, assuming the kid has become infected too. The kid notes that the zombie that attacked him didn't have teeth. Hence, the bite was ineffective. He asks Singh to take him to the third floor, where his mother works. Besides that, he claims to know Rim, so Singh teams up with him and asks the kid for directions. Subsequently, a little girl survives the zombies and makes it out of the hospital alive, but the army decides to shoot her. The hospital's guard shields her and tries to stop the army, but they shoot him dead. Elsewhere, the army personnel gather for a meeting and decide to blow up the entire hospital before the zombies escape and infect the entire 5 million population of Bangkok. They send in a professional team, authorized to shoot the zombies whilst planting bombs. We finally get to see Rin, who has found other survivors. Momentarily, she lurks in the dark hallways, where she faces the security guard of the surveillance room, who has become a zombie. She steals his keys and locks herself in the surveillance room to look for Singh on the CCTV. Simultaneously, the kid comes across the schedule board and finds out that Rin and his mother were both supposed to be on the 5th floor today. As they move along, the kid bursts into laughter to see a wheelchair-bound zombie. His laughter attracts a large number of zombies, so they quickly hide in a patient's room, where they witness the nurse injecting himself with poison in despair. Things start to get worse when the zombies try to break through the door. Singh throws a shelf in front of the door and climbs a steel structure outside the windows to access the upper floors. By the time the kid jumps on the structure, the zombies enter the room. A bunny mascot has also turned into a zombie, who now breaks the window and grabs the kid by the legs. The kid loses his grip and falls, but Singh saves him just in time and brings him back up. The scenes spin to Rin, who's become traumatized by the events. She switches the camera monitors and finds Vasu intact in his wife's VIP ward. As she plans to move towards that ward, Singh unites the kid with his mother, who has been bitten by a zombie, unfortunately. She hugs her son and comforts him until she fully turns. Singh releases the kid from her grip and carries him on his back while running away because he's too emotional to move on his own. Contrary to them, Rin finally makes it to Vasu's ward, who is officially to be blamed for the zombie outbreak. She worries too much thinking about the future, but Vasu assures her his people will come to his rescue. Ultimately, his claim turns out to be true when we witness the army general sending a special task force to rescue Vasu before they bomb the entire hospital. Singh and the kid finally reach a point with no zombies, so Singh takes his time to comfort the kid, who is too traumatized after witnessing his mother turn into a zombie. Back on Rin's side, Vasu pressurizes her to head to the blood bank to fetch a new blood bag for his ill wife. Rin doesn't have the privilege to say no to him since he sponsors the hospital too. As the plot thickens, Singh breaks open the rooftop door, where a bomb has been activated with a 30-minute timer. The special task force finally lands on the rooftop and makes its way into the hospital from there. They are strictly ordered to rescue Vasu and his wife only. Meanwhile, Rin risks her life for Vasu and heads towards the blood bank. She figures that the zombies can't detect them unless they make a sound, so she quietly makes her moves in the corridors that are infested with the vicious zombies. Singh finds Rin's ring and assumes she's nearby. Suddenly Rin attracts all the zombies by banging on a door by mistake. As she accepts defeat and prepares to die, Singh comes to her rescue. He diverts the zombies towards him and fights them with a steel stand. In the meantime, the task force secures Vasu along with his wife and moves them towards the rooftop with full protection. Rin nearly gets turned into a zombie in the snack room, but the kid uses a fire extinguisher to cloud the room. Singh finally arrives and brutally bashes the zombies' brains out. While the lovers finally unite, the task force encounters an angry zombie mob, during which one of their members gets turned. They end up shooting him on the spot. Soon the plot takes a sharp turn when the task force mistakes Singh for a zombie and shoots him. Rin becomes horrified and tries to save him, but the task force drags her along with them so she can look after Vasu's wife. Singh, despite being shot, burns with rage and gets back on his feet to defend his wife. With his fast reflexes, he attacks the task force and ruthlessly beats them up. After assassinating the entire task force, he falls to the ground and faints, during which he has flashes of all the romantic moments spent with Rin. When he wakes up, he finds Rin by his side, who has tended to his gunshot wound and saved his life. Just as the two hug each other, the task force leader gets bitten by a zombie and comes to attack Singh. Singh lures him into a room and sets him on fire. The fire activates water sprinklers that rain down on the zombies everywhere in the hospital. The water strangely mutilates the zombies and turns them even more vicious. The water has an effect on Vasu's wife as well, who turns into a zombie. Vasu stands silently and lets his wife bite him. This signals the other zombies, who gang up on Vasu and feast on him. This allows Singh and Rin the opportunity to escape with the kid. They run towards the rooftop, but the zombies come after them too. Singh stays behind to fend them off and forces Rin to head to the chopper on the rooftop. Rin convinces the pilot to wait a little longer, but Singh gets stuck with a large number of zombies. When he finally arrives at the rooftop, the pilot immediately takes off, seeing the number of zombies behind Singh. Rin cries her heart out as she witnesses Singh fighting the zombies till his last breath. Here, the movie ends.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome recaps.